Hello everyone, welcome to United Matters channel. It's the big day. United taking on a team which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur at the Old Trafford Stadium in Manchester. And obviously the team news is out, and obviously players have been really named, and it goes unchanged from the side that really played against Newcastle. Same team, same manager, but the substitutes are really changing. And obviously, the manager, Erik Ten Hag, has named a team to come in through and redo the needful in this game of football, which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur. And obviously, as you see on your screen, it is already out there, and the manager has named his best starting 11 that believes is going to go ahead and really get us 3 points out of this past game. When you look at United, they're having David De Gea, Martinez, Lisandro, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Freddie, they're having Casemiro, they're having another player who goes by the names of Rafael Varane, they're having Delo, they're having Anthony and Luke Shaw and Sancho are really starting for a team which goes by the names of Manchester United, as they take on a side which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford in a game that is going to be happening an hour from now. This is Rock and David onto the United Matters channel, and obviously the substitutes include the following: Tom Heaton, Lindelof, Malacia, Eriksson, McTominay, Pelestri, there is Elanga, Alejandro Garnacho, and Cristiano Ronaldo are really onto that starting bench of United, meaning that they're into the match squad, but they're not starting for a team which goes by names of Manchester United. And United are really starting with the likes of Martinez, David De Gea, and the same team that really played against Newcastle. Then, talking about Eriksson, is one of those players that really underwent a late fitness test, and I think he didn't really get it right. And maybe even if he got it right, I think it would have been not right to start him. Though in my predicted 11, I thought that it was going to be started, but obviously he was not started by the manager. And obviously Scott McTominay returning, I thought he was going to start into that midfield area, but Scott McTominay has not been started by the manager. Obviously the manager has chosen to go on and start with the player who goes by the names of Freddie and Casemiro. Maybe the starts pressing the midfield were really so much good, but I believe we missed out on a sitter by a player who goes by the names of Freddie, and I don't believe that he deserved a reward to start into this game of football. Maybe the manager thought, like, I would literally give him another second game because I've not been playing these games, and he looked rusty, and that's why I really put him into that team, and he needs another chance to go on and really grow up his game. So that's what I really believe United is all about, and the manager, Erik Ten Hag, has gone ahead to do the following, and the players are there onto your screen as they said. David De Gea, I believe this season, these other goalkeepers that United have, Tom Heaton and Dubravka, won't even get a start in any of those games because the manager really wants to see David De Gea improve on his ball distribution, and he wants to go out strong because he believes that he has a team that can really win every tournament that he is in. And obviously, we are going to play, I think next weekend, but one, we are going to play into next weekend. I think there is a week. I think the first week of November, you're going to be playing in the Carabao Cup. Maybe you'll see Dubravka coming in through, but David De Gea looks like he's one of those players that has really made a stand into that goal of United, and the manager really looks safe with him. Let's go to the Spurs team. Spurs are having the following players. They're having a system of 3-5-2, 3 central defenders, 3 midfielders, 2 fullbacks, and 2 center forwards. And obviously, they've gone all strong, and that means they're having Cristiano Romero on the right side of the 3-man central defense, Eric Dier playing in the center of the central defense, Ben Davies playing as a defender on the left side of the central defense. Then Hugo Lloris is in goal, a calamity that if at all you really putting those shots on target, you can as well cause trouble onto the guy who goes by the name of Hugo Lloris. And Doherty coming in to play his last game for Spurs because I believe Emerson Royal is going to come in through and do the needful. He's playing as a right wing back. Perisic is playing as a left wing back. Hojberg, Yefis Besuma, and Bentaku are really going to play into a 3-man midfield area. And obviously, Harry Kane and Song Heung-min are leading the line for side which goes by names of Spurs. And when you look at Spurs, it shows you that there is going to be a lot of activity into this midfield area. In with Besuma, Bentaku, and Hojberg, it's really going to be a very compact team in there for you, and the defense is going to be compact for a side which goes by names of Spurs. And I saw Eric Ten Hag talk to Manchester United TV, and he talked to them about this game of football and said they are really going to go compact, and obviously we are really going to see us really find loopholes through them. And I believe he has done this in his training, in his pre-match training sessions at Old Trafford, and obviously he has really gotten the best out of his players, and he wants them to go on and really win this game of football. As we talk on the side, Old Trafford, and obviously as we talk on the side which goes by names of Spurs. But this Spurs starting 11, I believe we can beat it. We have a side that can beat the Spurs starting 11, and obviously Ten Hag has the blueprint to beat Spurs, according to me. He's really one of the best managers I've seen at Manchester United, though not yet proven to a level of like coaching the Premier League. Obviously, he has gone to show us that he can really get the dressing room back in order and obviously get us the best that we deserve as Manchester United. But I believe there are loopholes in this Spurs team. Amidst them having Besuma, Hogberg, Bentaku, they're going to sit back, but I believe we can really break them down. That's what I would believe. With the likes of Sancho, the likes of Anthony, the likes of Rashford are really going to come in through and really cause havoc to a team which goes by the names of Spurs. And let's go to that lineup of Manchester United and really break down things as we're supposed to be breaking them down right about now. Now, a team which goes by the names of Manchester United, I believe that this Anthony guy is really going to be one of those very pivotal people into this game of football, very integral. Why? Every time we've started with Anthony and Ronaldo is not starting, Anthony has been scoring for Manchester United. Have you known that start, especially in the Premier League? The first 3 games he started and scored, Ronaldo was not on the field of play. Now, the only game that Ronaldo started and Anthony was with him, guess what happened in that game of football? Nothing happened, and he never even scored. Every time he reached into shooting positions, he was trying to find Ronaldo. Is it because of the friendship he's having with Ronaldo? I cannot come in here and really speculate about it, but I believe the friendship maybe is having Ronaldo, the respect he has for him, and how much he wants to create for him to score. I think it's something that is really so much into his style of play, and obviously his thinking in here onto the channel, which goes by the names of United Matters channel. So I believe Anthony has to do the needful and really do what he has to do. Secondly, take on players. That's what I'm really requesting for him. And secondly, as he goes in for shots on target, he needs to find out assists from that side, because as a wide player, you need to be combining the two. You need to be putting in assists and you need to be putting in goals for the team. Obviously, the confidence of scoring goals, he has it because he has gone ahead to score 3 goals in 4 Premier League games. I think the pressure is off him. So what we need about him is to go in and really put in those assists for the center forward in Marcus Rashford. That's what we are really calling in for, a guy who goes by the names of Anthony. Now, something that I want to see him really go ahead and really do is to really put in those crosses at the back post. I know Eric Ten Hag practices this. This is one of the norms that really comprise of his style of attack, especially in his footballing game of total football. In Ajax, I saw him do it. Anton was really so much integral in Ajax, putting in those crosses onto the back post, and obviously those balls are easily made by a United player who is really making runs into that particular direction. So I believe we should really play like we are having a game plan to destroy a team which goes by names of Spurs. Let's not play like underdogs, because playing like underdogs sucks, because we are Manchester United and we've gone ahead to beat teams in here at Manchester United Stadium, that is Old Trafford. Jadon Sancho, the other man I'm talking about, very much good, important, and he has a jigging feet and he sends the players the wrong way, he wrong foots them, and I believe he has gone ahead to earn himself a chance to start. And how did he get back to the starting 11 of Manchester United? It's after that game against Omonia when he came in through and really put in an assist for Scott McTominay in the dying minutes, and obviously won that game by 1-0. Obviously, started the game against Newcastle, but to me, he played very well. But I believe there is the lack of link play. Players like Bruno are not so much used to playing with players like Sancho, because players like Sancho are just are just good, especially in passing and really doing the 1-2 passing that Bruno is not really good at. And that's why I believe that the coming in of Donny van Beek is going to be good news to us, especially ahead of that Chelsea game, because Bruno, however much his work rate is really unquestioned, but the quality of what the number 10 supposed to be really doing in the game of football is what we're talking about. I believe this is where I call in for Danny Van Beek to come in through and really do certain bits of works, because Bruno can't do certain things like defense splitting passes. If at all you can remember, ever since the season started, when did Bruno put out a defense splitting pass? I remember it was against Arsenal. You get, it was against Arsenal. So when is he going to go on and do it? I think the game of Newcastle, he found Cristiano Ronaldo in the ball that was really, I felt like it was a penalty, because a defender of Newcastle really went hard onto Ronaldo and obviously stepped on his foot. A penalty was really denied. But we want close to such creativities like 4 or 5 times in a game. Yes, you have to be like a Kevin De Bruyne. You get, be like an Odegaard. We have to release our center forwards. That's the main aim of this game of football. And obviously, we need to see the likes of Bruno really do the needful. So Sancho, I think him playing with Bruno affects him, according to me, because Bruno is not that kind of player who is going to go on and really do what Donny van Beek is going to do. Donny van Beek's game is all about passing. Bruno does a lot of running, and sometimes he does a lot of flicks that are really uncalled for. Tottenham has really promised us that wait for Bruno is going to come in and really make more assists, and those goals are going to come in through. I don't know when, because he has so far played. This is going to be his 10th Premier League game. Obviously, 10 Premier League games. And how many games in the Europa League? 14 games. And nothing like that is being seen by us, being created by Bruno. So this is where I come in through and really ask myself, what is his main role as a number 10? He should be creating chances. Casemiro and Freddy, trust me, Casemiro is going to get that ball and pass it through the midfield area. He's going to act as a connector. He's going to shield this back four, obviously. But after giving that ball to Bruno, what do we expect from him? You get? We need to see those pinpointing balls dropping into the area of Spurs, because Spurs, if at all you attack them, you can score against them. You can score against them. I'm 100% sure you can go on and really put in those balls at the back of the net. That is a team which goes by the name of Spurs. So as things stand, we need no one apart from Bruno Fernandes to win us these games. I believe the game against Newcastle, if Bruno Fernandes was functioning to the levels of a number 10, we would have really won these games. You see, the orchestration of really scoring goals starts with the number 10, and that is Bruno Fernandes. And if at all he's not functioning to the levels we want him to be functioning, then we are not going to go in and really get in those goals, because he won't release Anthony, he won't release Sancho, he won't release Rashford. So that is his main role, to release these other three forwards playing ahead of him. And we need to see that today, because this is the main reason as to why we are playing him. And I see people coming out and really criticizing very many other players, but Bruno is one of those players that deserves to be criticized, because he is not getting us what we deserve. He's like a cheat. He's cheating the club, according to me. So let no one lie to you that this guy is really having a fantastic season. He's not having a fantastic season. Bruno Fernandes Borges is not having a fantastic season, according to me, and he's really one of those players that are really doing the lace of the job they're supposed to be offering at Manchester United. And obviously, let me hope that in this game, he's going to explode and really get us to the levels we want him to be at. And obviously, the manager, Erik ten Hag, has a lot to say about this game of football. And there are some quotations really said about Bruno, but I believe I should come in and really get you one and really talk about it. But before I dive deep into that, allow me bring you a little bit of something that we need to know about this game of football. Why is this game important? Because people might ask themselves, why is this game important? First and foremost, it's the 10th game of the season, and always the table of the Premier League takes shape when a team really adds up to 10 games. You know that very well. And now, 9 games. Out of the possible 27 points, we've managed to get 16. To me, not bad, because if at all we really had won those 2 games against Brentford and Brighton, it would have been a different scenario altogether. But ever since we really got ourselves to the level of really creating the best out of us, we've been really winning and winning and winning and winning and winning constantly at a side which goes by the names of Old Trafford. And obviously, no one lied to you that we are not that side that everyone is afraid of. We are that side that has always gone ahead to do the needful and really create chances at a side which goes by the names of Manchester United, and we are a better side. So drawing against Newcastle was a loss. I don't know what you think about it, but to me, drawing against Newcastle was a huge loss, and we need to find ourselves back to the winning ways by beating this side, which goes by the names of, a side which goes by the names of, to a side which goes by the names of, to a side which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur. We need to go ahead and really win this game of football and obviously compensate for that loss we got against Newcastle. Because to me, we are supposed to beat Newcastle. We had every tool to destroy Newcastle and we failed. And this is where Bruno Fernandes becomes the culprit of this. You get? He becomes the culprit of this because when you don't get Anthony and Sancho on the ball in deadly positions that they're going to hurt the opposition in, then you aren't going to get the best out of them. You get? Every time you really take long to really release that ball to them, they are going to be closed down. When you get that ball to them, they'll already be closed down. That is why we need to blame Bruno. Bruno needs to do quick passing. That's it. You see, this is where I believe that maybe we get Casemiro and Freddy to play into that position, into that down midfield pivot. Then we bring Eriksen to play as a central attack midfielder because he can dive deep, get that ball, or Casemiro can get him on the ball. And Eriksen is really good at really passing or putting in those line-breaking passes in the final third of the opponent because Bruno has failed to do it. And when is he going to do it? That is the big question. Talking of his captaincy on the field of play, obviously, even Eriksen can come in through and really act as a captain of this team. Not so, because Eriksen has captained very many sides. He's the captain of the Danish national team, and he can come in and get the job done. So much like button, comment, and share. Go in the live chat like Nachitende Esther and tell me what you think about this game of football. Still telling you why this game is really very important for us to win today. It's all about us going out and really winning this game of football. And after winning it, we will rejoice later. Now, the reason as to why it's important to win this game, the other reason maybe, is Spurs is 23 points. And they are placed third onto the Premier League table. That is a team which goes by the names of Spurs, right? United is having 16. We are 7 points behind Spurs. The only chance we have to close them down in this battle of the top 4 of the Premier League is to beat them hands down today. And if we beat them hands down today, obviously that will call for us being 4 points behind Spurs, meaning that we will maintain the difference between us and Chelsea of 3 points. And I think they are like, how many points are they? United and Chelsea, let me see. Chelsea is having 20 points. They're having 4 points ahead of us. Yes, 4 points ahead of us. Meaning that if we win against Spurs, I assume Chelsea is going to win today. We will be 4 points against Chelsea. And remember, who are we playing on Saturday? It's Chelsea, meaning that we beat Spurs. If at all we beat Chelsea, we will be 4 points behind Spurs and 1 point behind Chelsea. Remember, Chelsea is in the 4th position of the Premier League. So this is how we should go in and really do the needful and really do this win today. We need it badly. And obviously, we need to go ahead and really do the needful in this game of football. So guys, smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, go into the lower right bottom corner and smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you to get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. So we are like how many minutes away from the game? 12. That is 40. 20. So we are still having some 22 20, right? Something like 30 minutes to go for our game to come in through and really start. But I'm going into the comments of you guys that you've really put into the comment section. Then I'm having Nachitende Esther. When we lose, we will be singing Ten Hag out because you can't bring Freddie and leave McTominay on the bench. No, to me, I believe it's really too early to call in for Ten Hag out. I don't agree with anyone who comes and tells us that we should really call Ten Hag out. There is no reason to call him out because these players that are here, we are not really signed by him, most of them. Secondly, he's really having lots of players or inheriting lots of players from different managers. Have players that were brought in by Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So I see no reason for us to call him out. But I believe the reason as why has brought in Freddie is to come in and really see that he can really get to his levels of really not being rusty, because in the game of Newcastle, Freddie was rusty, but the intensity and the way he ran on the field of play, that is one of the characteristics that Ten Hag really wants his players to do. And obviously, running a lot can put you into that Ten Hag system. You saw him today talk about a man who goes by the names of Bruno Fernandes. He talked about how he runs a lot on the field of play, and that's the reason as to why he is really the captain of Manchester United. And so that is one of the things that the manager really talked about today, as he really briefed us on to why Bruno Fernandes is really so much pivotal into this game of football, where we are really playing this side which goes by the names of Newcastle and Spurs. So let me show you something in here for you. Ten Hag said it, so I want to show it to you because you've been saying this, and I think it is the same spirit that he has started a player who goes by the names of Fred in this game of football. Where is that quote? Ten Hag talking about Bruno. All right, here it is. Let me flash it on your screen and see it. He has a lot to say about Bruno, and you see, he talked about Bruno with passion, and I believe he likes players who really run a lot on the game of football or the field of play. You see it onto your screen. That is what he really had to say. He said on Bruno, I think he's often in the line of the goal, and he's playing a massive role in a lot of moments of football for us, in building up attacks, creativity, movement, but also in transitions, in both sides, in the defensive transitions. He's magnificent. So have you heard that? In defensive transitions, he is magnificent. That's what Ten Hag is talking about Bruno, meaning that he fancies him to come in through and really do that job. And obviously, guess what? What really makes Freddie one of the players to start in the system? Because of his movement, good in both transitions, in defensive transitions, is also magnificent. So I think that is an answer as to why he has really gone ahead to start on a player who goes by the names of Fred in the midfield. And by the way, I believe Scott McTominay might come in through to start against Chelsea, and Eriksen is injured, has been injured, is coming in from injury, and you cannot start him in a game of this magnitude. And I believe if you need Eriksen, you need him more in the game of Chelsea, because I believe we can win this game without Eriksen. That's it. 100% believe we can go ahead and really win against. We can go ahead and really beat Spurs. We're not having Eriksen. You get? I think we can. So let's wait and see what the manager really has for us today, and how these players are really going to go on and really give us the best results they deserve. Ten Hag knows very well that Spurs need a draw. I don't think they need a draw. They need a win, because when you look at the Premier League table, Spurs don't need a draw. They need a win. Why? When they win this game of football, they'll be just 1 point behind Arsenal. Arsenal are table leaders with 27 points. Spurs would have played one game more, and obviously, when they really get a win, they go ahead and really be second into those positions. And remember, that one game that was supposed to be played in between Arsenal and Man City was postponed because Arsenal has to play tomorrow in the UEFA Europa League. So I believe they need a win. To me, I believe they need a win. They need a win to come in through and really get it from Old Trafford. And Nachitende Esther is telling us that when just need to win Spurs and Chelsea to be on the race of the title, obviously. And what a way to give us a lot of boost and energy to go away at Stamford Bridge and really collect something from them, because Stamford Bridge has not been really a very good side for us to visit. But I believe we've turned it around recently, because even when Ragni had just come in through, we went and got a draw at Chelsea. And obviously, they came at Old Trafford and we got a draw. I think it was a 1-1 draw with them at Old Trafford, where we played very well. And Ronaldo scored the equalizer. I think that was his first goal against Chelsea in the Premier League. So I believe we can really cause havoc on this team of Spurs, and we can win against Chelsea. I believe those results are possible to come in through and do the needful for Manchester United. We need those results to come in as up. Then Nachiten Esther on Newcastle. Manchester United played against the referee. Yeah, you're right. The referee was really abysmal. I really saw him bottle this game of football a lot, denying United close to 3 penalties. Maybe even Newcastle had 1 penalty to claim for. But obviously, I believe we can really go ahead and really overturn this in this game of Spurs. And I believe the referee now is going to be so much sympathetic. And if at all a penalty claim is going to be made, obviously we have to go on and really gate it and earn it. But I believe VAR never did a favor to the referee, because VAR is there to show the referee a penalty that the referee didn't see with his naked eyes. And guess what? VAR didn't do this. VAR didn't do this. It didn't do this. What they did was to go on and just sit there and not call for these actions of penalties, or for the referee to go on and really view them with his naked eyes on the side monitor. You get? They couldn't call the referee to go on the side monitor to go on and really view this. So this is where it really makes you hate VAR and at times feel for the referee, because the referee might say, I never saw it, but VAR really has to go on and really say, all right, come and review it here on the side screen monitor and tell us your honest opinion. And this is where things really went worse, and the referee also became what we call a culprit of the VAR. Then Isabide Ronald Molinda. We need to worry about Liverpool also. I believe the problem we are having for this squad of United, you see, people don't want to say it out. You see, in the structure of how Erik ten Hag wants to play, Ronaldo is not important. The most important player that we should put our hands crossed for is Antoine Martial to keep fit. That's it. If we really want to see ourselves win these games of football, we want Antoine Martial. We would love to see Antoine Martial fit. Why? He is almost everything that Ten Hag needs to lead the line. He can get that ball. He can face the defenders. He can play well with his back to goal. He can create, as you saw him in that game of Everton. You saw him in that game of Man City. You saw him in that game of Liverpool. He doesn't need a lot to create nothing, to create something out of nothing. That is Antoine Martial. We badly need Antoine Martial to be on that field of play if we are ready to get results. Unless otherwise, if he doesn't keep fit, I see us really going to struggle to get those results. In that game of Newcastle, put in Antoine Martial, it's a different game altogether, because I know he would have really gone ahead to really dismantle that back four of a team which goes by the names of Newcastle, and he can find a pass. His football intelligence is way above the ordinary, and what he gives you, Ronaldo doesn't give you that. In a team of less creativity, you need a center forward like Antoine Martial. You get? Because Ronaldo is not going to come and do that job. He won't. You get? Ronaldo has turned into a prolific number 9 that just needs to gauge chances given to him and then he scores. But Martial has shown you that he can create lots of chances for his other fellow players and also spare some time to score goals. He has an assist in the game of Liverpool. He had an assist in the game of Everton. He has banged in 3 goals this season, 2 against Man City, 1 against a side which goes by the names of Omonia. So we need him a lot than never before, and people don't give him the credit he deserves, and they're just clinging on him that he's always injured. But these injuries that he's getting were caused to him by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who used to play him when the guy was injured. You get? He never allowed these players to get healed 100%, and I believe Ten Hag knows that Anton Martial is going to get back fully fit, and we pray to it that this could be an injury that's not going to keep him out for long and see him return. But I believe if he was supposed to go for a late fitness test and failed it, I believe on Saturday he's really going to be back here and he can play a big part into our game. And I believe he can play the remaining games until the World Cup break. Maybe he goes to the World Cup or not, but I believe him to rest for that World Cup will be something better for him to really go ahead and really rejuvenate his career at Manchester United. I'm having Thomas Donko from Ghana. Thank you for watching in, Thomas Donko from Ghana. But I believe we can win this game by 3-1 or 2-1. I see it's hard for us to keep a clean sheet because Harry Kane and Son Heung-min, however much we're really having a very good back four and the goalkeeper making it a back five with Casemiro shielding the back four, I see that they can really trouble us somehow, somewhere, but it's going to depend on how we transit and how we track the runs of Son Heung-min and Harry Kane, because Spurs' game is no. They're not going to pass around like Manchester United. They're not going to do those tiki-taka. No. They're just going to go in all out to attack a team which goes by the names of United, and they're going to attack us through the wide areas. And they're going to be switching those balls that side. Harry Kane and Son Heung-min are going to run in spaces with the likes of Perisic and Doherty trying to go in and really crossing those balls into the deadly areas of the midfield of Manchester United to get the job done. But I believe we can really beat this team and really cause havoc to them as far as this game of football is concerned. So I don't know what you guys think about this game of football. Continue to go into the live chat. Tell me your prediction in the comment section below. I've given you mine, and obviously we are here waiting to see that game of football coming in and really starting in the next 25 minutes. We are going to be watching United versus Spurs into the next 25 minutes in here onto the channel, which goes by the names of United Matters channel. Smash the like button, comment and share, and obviously keep the love flowing and tell me what you think about this game of football. There is something I'm looking for here from Sky Sport. I really want to show it to you. Obviously, Antonio Conte has gone ahead to have something to say via the Amazon as far as this game of football is concerned, and Sky Sports. Sky Sports, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? All right. All right. This is what he had to say. He's telling us that we want to try to have a great personality on the ball, the play football, to play the game we have prepared. When you play in this type of stadium, it's an amazing atmosphere. You have to be excited to play good football. It was really important for United to beat Arsenal and Liverpool here. It will be very difficult for us, but we are prepared to play our game. We have to show that we improved every game. There are other teams who are title contenders for us to stay there. We have to improve on last season and see what happens. So that is the man who goes by name Antonio Conte as far as this game of football is concerned, and that's what he has gone ahead to tell what we call Sky Sports. Sorry, that is Amazon, and obviously saying that it's not an easy way to win at Old Trafford. Obviously, it's not an easy way to win at Old Trafford, but I believe in lots of things that are really going to happen in this game of football. We are really going to go ahead and really be a threat to side which goes by the names of Spurs, because I know they're going to leave the ball for us, and we're going to go in and really utilize that ball very well. I want to see Anthony taking on these players. You get, but that can happen when we see Bruno Fernandes lead already close in easily. Get that ball. Quick passing is the way to go to break down the Spurs side. Like you see Casemiro starting on that one-touch passing from the deep areas of the midfield to find a United player. Then Bruno has to go ahead and do the same. No need of doing very many touches. You get that ball, do the needful, quick passing, and obviously we can break down a team which goes by the names of Spurs. But if at all we really do lots of touches that midfield area, then you're going to be having a very huge problem into this game of football. Then I'm having Issa Abidia, Ronald Molinda, 2-1 in favor of United. I do go for 2-1, 3-1 for United. Thank you, Nashtende Esther, for watching in, and Issa Abidia, Ronald Molinda, then Thomas Donko from Ghana, and obviously I think it's the time I dropped this. All right. We are having people who have gone ahead to vote, and 77% are really saying United are really going to go ahead and really win this game of football. 14% are really telling us that Spurs are winning the game of football, and 7% are really telling us that it's going to be a draw between Manchester United and Spurs. I don't see a draw written all over this game. I believe it's really going to be a win for Manchester United. We are winning this one, I know, and I believe that by the time I return to do the match reaction after the 90th minute has been blown by, after the 90th whistle has been blown by the referee, we are going to be out of this game triumphant. That's it. So guys, I'm going to return when the game is done, but let's watch this game. And obviously, we are really going to be back here to dissect that game as fully as possible. Thank you guys for watching in. Nashtende Esther, thank you for watching in. Isabel Ronald, thank you for watching in. Thomas Donko, thank you. I'm out for now. See you later, my mates.